The fundamental difference between societies that work and don't work is often a sense of fairness, and it's the legal system that helps to provide that. It helps to ensure that the powerful don't simply steamroll the weak, and MVLS helps to connect people who otherwise would not have legal advocates to lawyers.
Civil society depends on respect for the rule of law, and if most of the people entering a courtroom are unable to perceive the system is fair, then you'll lose that respect.
When you're in law school, professors tell you that the courts are supposed to be the great equalizers. But pro bono is really that chance to make that a living, working reality.
Most, if not all, of the clients I'm serving through MVLS, if it weren't for MVLS, simply wouldn't get any justice.
So if you think about if you have a legal issue and you have to walk into the court by yourself and advocate for yourself, that's a pretty terrifying prospect. And we know that despite all of our best efforts, 80% of folks generally are doing that by themselves. There is one attorney for every 160 Marylanders in the state. But when you narrow that down to a legal service provider, there's one legal services attorney for every 3,600 individuals in Maryland. So it sort of starts to get to the barriers for low-income folks to get an attorney.
The types of cases are ones involving basic human needs, cases involving loss of housing, loss of a child in a child custody proceeding, loss of public benefits or income security, and loss of personal safety.
I had gotten in some problems with the water bills, and the pipes were old, and I had a lot of freezing problems.
So when Mr. Mason came to the office, he had a large water bill that was going to put him into tax sale, and that was the most immediate risk to losing his home.
Around 2012, I had the fire, and everything was destroyed.
The environmental citations regarding that fire just kept building and building and building to a point in which he could never get out from underneath it.
So after trying to get all these people to help me, and some of them offering to help me, but none of it ever happening, and I went to the volunteer lawyer services the first time when I started to get results. They make me feel like I had, the right to still be in my house.
We scheduled an informal conference, and we also scheduled a hearing for the Environmental Citation Board. And so we had a volunteer attorney that went to both of those hearings with him. In the environmental citations, we resolved that issue, so he had a much smaller bill.
I just didn't think that there was resources out there that was available to somebody that, was just unfortunately enough not to have the money to be able to do these things on their own.
Representing people who can't afford a lawyer in their cases is a great thing. It's very rewarding.
It allowed me to get experience in areas of the law which I ordinarily wouldn't be able to get.
Working with MVLS and their clients really gives you a sense of fulfillment in that you're helping society and not taking away from it.
MVLS helps to ensure that those otherwise disempowered neighbors of ours have an opportunity to fairly and justly access the American dream.